What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, I want to talk about a video that Alpha Male Strategies put out on his channel, which talks about high value men. Now, this is something that's interesting because number one, Kevin Samuels uses that terminology a lot. Not that he has originated it, because it was something that we talked about in the sphere, but he's made it more popular. And so now you see a lot of people responding to the high value narrative. And Alpha Male Strategies made a very, very brilliant video, which is called "Becoming High Value Doesn't Guarantee You'll Attract More Women." And I'm not gonna deal with what he said on the video, but in fact, I would leverage that you would go to the video and watch it for yourself. But I'm gonna just deal with the topic and not the title, because I don't want to really build on what he talked about, but rather give my own spin. Okay. Kevin has been talking about high value men. And, you know, if we talk about what he would consider high value, just a few of those things would be a man who has a network, a man who has a certain amount of money, a certain amount of decorum, you know, that comes around almost being elite. And when we're talking about high value, we're talking about high value black men. All right. And people believe that high value comes with the territory. That if I'm doing a lot better in life, then what that usually means is I'm going to get more women. Okay? That's what it means. I'll get more women because I am now a lot more high value. Now, if you're a lawyer, you're a high value guy. You're not just you're high value to society. Society deems you as that. You're a person that is a doctor. Society deems you as high value. You're a successful entrepreneur. It deems you as high value in general. But just because society deems you as high value doesn't mean that you're going to get more women. How do we know that's true? Well, let's look at the black community, because I think Kevin and Alpha Male Strategies have good arguments on this. In the black community, which Alpha Male Strategies is from, if I'm not mistaken, he's from Alabama. Kevin's from Oklahoma. I'm from California. In the black community, you can be all of that. All right? Lawyer, doctor, a person that's contributing highly to society. And we know that black women just don't really find that so attractive all the time. As with other groups of women, I'm talking about African American women. Now, obviously, the African community, Caribbean communities, they take such guys more serious. But in the black community, being a high value guy, important guy, doesn't write your ticket. There are other intangible things that are important. Let's be honest, looks matter to a certain degree, in my opinion. I know Mr. Lucario says that looks are not really an important thing, but I think that looks are somewhat important. And shout out to Mr. Lucario. Because, you know, if you let you take care of yourself, if you look more in shape, sure, you have more confidence in yourself. Shit. So I would have assumed that would have something more to help you. But to dating coaches like Lucario, Alpha Male Strategies, to their point, the game, your personality, because you could be high value and you could be a guy that could turn women off. You could be a guy that will stalk women. There's plenty of stories I've heard from women that, you know, say that, you know, they dealt with guys that had a lot of money. They called them all the time. They harassed them. They were extremely thirsty. And it ended up becoming a turnoff. you still need experience in the field. You know, you need to know what to be able to say to a woman at the right time. A lot of things is about timing, you know, and also overcoming objections. Because here's the situation. I found this out. I would consider myself a successful guy. You know, I'm in Uganda right now. If I were to go and approach a woman, she don't know that, oh, I'm O'Shea Duke Jackson, the entrepreneur. I'm O'Shea Duke Jackson, the medical student. I'm O'Shea Duke Jackson, the American. When I'm trying to initiate any conversation with her, do you know what that means? She doesn't care. All she knows is some Negro has walked up to her and trying to talk to her. That's all that she knows. Which is initially, you know, unless the high value man is dressed very well, if a woman doesn't know who you are, then you can't depend on the fact that, well, I'm a high value doctor, I'm a high value lawyer. What's going to determine if you get to know her further is your personality, your conversation, your decorum, right? How you handle yourself. That's going to determine if it goes to another level. And being able to deal with that is a whole different thing. A lot of times we equate, now don't get me wrong, being high value can help you attract more women. At the same time, don't guarantee it, but it could help you. It could help you because in your ecosystem, I want to talk about that. Now, for women who don't know you, it doesn't matter. In your ecosystem, let's say, for example, you're a medical doctor. You're in a community where there are a lot of nurses there. You're in a community where there radio techs and stuff like that. Now, within the community of people that know you and respect you, that admire your work, that could help you attract more women in your ecosystem. Let's just talk about this. For example, guys who work as bouncers at clubs, okay? Why do guys that work as bouncers at clubs get so many women? Why do guys who club promote work so many women? Well, it's because if they're good, they're dominant in an industry where they interact with people in their ecosystem. Like a guy who promotes clubs, who gets a lot of women, if he walks up to somebody outside of his ecosystem, that doesn't matter now. But if you're high value and you have women in your particular community, now if you're a doctor and you're in a business community, right? You're a doctor, you're in a you might be in a different kind of community where, people know what you do, people know who you are, stuff like that. Your church community it could be. Then obviously, yes, that helps you leverage things. It can. But doesn't necessarily guarantee. Because again, when you're stuck out there to somebody who doesn't know you, you gotta talk to yourself. That's different. So I asked guys to check out Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels does bring out really, really great points about high value guys, what they are. I consider myself one. Only do I consider myself one. I consider myself to be what people would consider alpha. I influence things and where I'm at. So that does also help you. High value doesn't necessarily also mean alpha, which is another video that we could talk about. That's another story. High value doesn't mean alpha. Alpha doesn't mean high value. You could be the alpha guy in the group and you're in prison, right? You could be the alpha guy in a group of bums, of homeless people. You could be at the top of the pecking order of losers and be alpha. And the correct definition of alpha is that who is the top person in the group outside of women. Right? But anyways, shout out to Alpha Male Strategies for this topic. Guys, go ahead and check them out on the first comment. Check out all of the other guys too. Kevin Samuels, shout out to Mr. Macario. Guys are doing an amazing job in the black dating sector. We have more and more content. I'm really, really excited about what is to come. Guys, it's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Subscribe, hit the bell. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Check me out on the first comment pinned to the top. You will see my Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. You will see all that we have to offer here at the Patreon, guys. Keep supporting your boy. As you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I am out.